It took me like 15 minutes to get the emojis in place. How do they look? I have a question for you. Do you know what it takes to be a successful cam model of color? So, if you paid any attention to the media, I wrote an article. So, I wrote an article and I want to make a video to go with the article. And so, big thing was, starting the article was just going over documentaries about being a cam model, and almost none of them have representation of cam models of color who are successful cam models. I'm in one documentary, but there's a huge backstory of how I got into that documentary. I contacted them. And luckily they said yes. They came and filmed me. My hair was out of place, but I have a lot of good information in that article and that documentary, and it's almost like for you to be a cam model of color and to be represented in media, you have to create your own media. So that comes from having role models outside of being a cam model that are people of color in the blogger sphere, like blogger conferences, YouTubers, gamers, other communities of people of color that are there that made their presence known, made communities for themselves in a very strategic way, and they just made really great content that their skin color really doesn't matter in those spaces, which is something that cam models of color should learn from. That being a cam model of color, we all have the same opportunities as everybody else when we start on a cam site. And some websites, they don't list cam models of color like black at all on their website at all, which is sad because it's coming from how the website's market starts. If the market starts usually in European countries, they don't really list cam models that are Asian or Latin or African or ebony or black. When you go to a cam site that is for a North America market, like the sites I've been working with, Flirt for Free, My Free Cams, Chatterbait, anybody who's mostly North American based cam sites, they will list cam models of color, which can be a little frustrating when some webcam sites you may not be successful on, so then you're wondering, where can I fit to be a cam model on a website that you want to work on and you heard good things about it, or your friend recommended about it. So you spend a lot of time just going on the internet trying a lot of websites. And then it comes down to putting your hours in and working online just like everybody else. But then when you want to branch off into fetish arena, or you want to branch off into phone sex arena, or you want to branch off into adult videos or even escorting, then the I'm a person of color skin type comes in, where agencies and people in the industry try and tell you that you're not marketable or you're not attractive, or they come up with these really messed up messaging to tell you that you're not good enough to sell your body or sell sexual services, which is really ridiculous, because female selling sexual services is not really like that complicated of a skill to do. It's just people who want to make money from you, they want to put limitations on you, which makes it very brainwashing, mental mind fuck, where you're like, what's the point of like even going to this company? Because a lot of the times it was about reputation, and then I would contact somebody and then I'll find out they really don't want to work with me because of my skin type, and then that just created havoc. And then my default for me, I would go a little bit crazy, but it was just because of the messaging, the people telling me, limiting opportunities for me, where I had to really find a space for myself to create opportunities for me. So one of those ways of doing that was from just understanding that my fans are more important than the company that I work with. And that comes with being on a website that lists my my nationality or my heritage on the website that I could work, which starts a platform. And then learning marketing skills where I'm seen in more places like YouTube or my blog, or just being in more places where my niche is seen, so that way that I attract my audience. And it became this internal external struggle to find success in the industry. Okay, so we ended with the internal external mental place of trying to find your success and your space in the industry. And I want to let you know a little secret. I recorded the first part of the video in January, and now we're in August 2018. So it came out of just noticing that after my article published from Why Not Cam, there's a link in the description that you can go read the article, that I noticed that I just noticed other cam models of color were popping up on YouTube. And then I just noticed that there was a podcast done by a cam model studio that I know about, and they made their article about being a black cam girl of color. And now I'm, trying to finish off the video, and it's still the same thing. It's like, if you want to be a cam model, you are an entertainer. You have to find a platform that you can start with, learn your marketing, learn to master your craft, learn to build your audience, learn to build the work ethic. Because even when I'm reading the book Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady by Steve Harvey, and he talks about how he was doing his comedy stand-up so that he was the best 15-minute opener in the clubs he would work. And the reason why he got Kings of Comedy was because he made his audience laugh so hard in those first 15 minutes of being the opener for the clubs, that because he was so great, they had to give him a 45-minute show. And then because he was also still great, he got on Kings of Comedy. And it's more of building your craft, being successful. It's not about always hiding behind your race as a limitation of why you don't have something. There's certain things out there that work ethic, skill, hard work, not being lazy, not being a whiner, not being, oh my God, victim mentality, that will stop you. If you're stuck in that, will stop you from getting success. It will stop you from getting anything that you want in life, because not everything is always about race. Sometimes it's really about the character of the person and the service that they provide and the ethics that they are portraying or that they believe in, that will either make them have success or not make them have success. And now with the age of the internet, the way that is growing, we have more platforms to show that people of color exist. So when you understand that, there's really no limitations anymore, because you don't have to only work in your local neighborhood. You don't have to only work in your country. You can work globally. So when you expand to the world with the internet and travel and being in communities that make money from people's passions like knitting and blogging and gaming and financial industries, there is more places for people of color to work. It's not just cam models. Cam models are thinking in a very immature mindset when they think that the race will affect their success, when it's about getting online and staying online, building your audience and providing the best service that you can provide for your audience. And if you can't even get to that step of just getting online and being on a website to see if you like being broadcast live, to have an audience in your room that want to see you, you won't even have success. It's not even about creating some fictitious limitation of why you can't do something. Just do it. So that is where I'm ending this video, because I can rant on it forever. But yeah, if you got value out of this video, give me the thumbs up. Give me those thumbs up. And if for some reason you dislike this video, let me know. Definitely leave your comments below. I love to hear from you. And subscribe. I will be producing more content of my life as a cam model and building a business and building my financial income streams. And I will see you on the next one. Smooches.